Hello Internet! Gino, aka That Pinguino, here again with another deep look. This time I'm taking a look at Brutal Legend for the PC, PS3, and Xbox 360. And the reason why I'm looking at this game is its outstanding heavy metal iconography, its layout, its landscape, its sense of place. Its world is just amazing, and it is one of my favorites to visit in all of games.
Let's go.
Now, that's not to say that it's, perfect. The game itself actually can be a little disappointing if you don't like strategy RTSs. Because this game was kind of pitched early on as an action-adventure game. Turns out it's not. Turns out it's a strategy RTS with some action-adventure elements. And so, this game actually didn't review very well. It's kind of disjointed. It feels like it's got 2/3 of a game, with the last third kind of chopped off. But when it comes to the world and the geometry, the sense of place, this game feels as heavy metal as can possibly be. It is a love letter to heavy metal of the highest order. Like, for example, what I'm doing right now, I just played a guitar solo to raise forgotten metal out of the ground. I was given a fire tribute, which is fire, like lighters from the gods, that gives you money so you can buy upgrades, and I unlocked a song by Tenacious D called The Metal to play while I am playing through the game. It doesn't get much more metal than this. I believe Tim Schafer actually said in the run-up to this game that every single locale in this thing was designed to look like a heavy metal album cover, and it shows. It is just outstanding top to bottom. Every single location, the big locations, like some of the intermediate areas, like they definitely have some metal iconography with the grass, the way the trees look, but big layouts like this, like they have these viewfinders that really show you all of the unique locations. Like this awesome kind of forgotten castle temple looking place with spines coming out of it, almost like a gate. Like the top of a gate. Really cool. There are so many different locations. There's like, I think over 20 of those viewfinders to find. And as you go through the game, there are different aesthetics. The beach that I just drove through earlier looks like it's got a lot of forgotten engine parts and forgotten hot rod parts. You drive, there's mountains that look like Norse gods with beards and stuff like that. There's a jungle area you go through in the middle of the game where there's jungle cats and kind of forgotten stuff that looks a little more 80s-y. And then there's kind of a goth rock area that looks really really gothy. Go figure. With a lot of like creepy mansion looking things. Each of the kind of major areas, or two of the three major areas in this game, pertain to the human faction in terms of the RTS factions. One of them pertains to the Drowning Doom, which is the goth rock faction, and then there's one more faction that's kind of the demons of this world. You don't really get an area dedicated just to them. And when I said this game is missing a third, it's that third, unfortunately. But like, look at all the trees have like spears coming out the top of them, so they're not just trees, they're also spears. Even the little porcupines have metal in them. The deer, I mean, the deer are they're kind of just deer. Their antlers are kind of crazy, but got other stuff to find, like this forgotten rock history, the history of this rock and roll world. Armageddon and the Unlovable Things. All of these histories are narrated, and they tell how this world came to be.
That was how the first ones
and
referred it,
of course,
so
it is as metal as possible. There's a gigantic fire beast called Armageddon with umlauts and all kinds of crazy stuff. That the cremator of the sky. He's got the heavy metal horns for hands and a giant star face. I really wish they did prints of just some of this concept art that they show. It is just, I would love to have it just for my house. But all of the story of this world just adds even more depth to what is already a very cool conceit. Like, it's one thing to take all sorts of metal iconography and just jam it all together, but to then come up with kind of a cohesive narrative that also explains how this world came to be the way it is, that there's this beast Ormagodon that is made of fire, and he's made of fire and metal, and his scream is the sound of heavy metal music, and that's why heavy metal music exists. It's because when he died, his scream created metal. When he died, his body became the metal that became hot rods and cool cars. When he died, his blood became the sea, and somehow, over time, people found the discarded parts of his body and assembled a culture built around heavy metal based on the remains of this fallen god. That's a really heavy metal history. Like, even these cacti are metal. That's awesome. Anvil with the spooky eyes. Like I said, all these different locations just are as heavy metal as can be. And when I went into this game, I really didn't have a ton of love for heavy metal. Oh, here's some tablature. Eddie Riggs, the main character of this game, is a roadie. And so, as a roadie, he can read tablature, he can play guitar. And it turns out in this world, playing heavy metal music, alters the world. It is magic. Since this world is a world of metal, it makes sense that playing metal music would be magical, be super powerful. It's why he is the only person who knows how to make cars. He is the perfect man for this metal world. And it turns out it's a roadie, not a lead singer. Go figure. Like I was saying before, I really didn't like heavy metal music coming into this. I like classic rock. I like, actually, pretty much everything. My favorite band's Daft Punk, and I like classic rock. Go figure. But this game and its soundtrack and driving around in this car made me appreciate heavy metal in a way that I just did not coming into it. I thought it was too loud. I thought it was kind of a cacophony. I still don't like the kind of aggressive black metal stuff. But I now have a real big appreciation for Motorhead in a way that I did not think I would ever. And that's also partially because a lot of metal icons participated in the creation of this game. Like Lemmy of Motorhead is in this game. He plays a bassist who is also a healer, because bass heals you, apparently. Oh, here's one of my favorite songs in the soundtrack, of which it is all licensed music, licensed heavy metal music. I just unlocked In the Black by Motorhead. Let's go. Like, I had not heard any Motorhead before I played this game, and that band's pretty darn good. All the characters in this game, I'm gonna skip some of this story stuff, just in the interest of showing more of the world. But the characters you meet, Lars and Lita Halford, are named after Rob Halford. He is the lead singer of which band? Oh, they're featured a whole lot in this soundtrack. It's on the top of my brain. He was the lead singer of Judas Priest. There we go. The two main characters of the Resistance, other than Eddie and Ophelia, are Rob and Lita Halford, named after Lita Ford, who is a heavy metal lead singer. Rob Halford, lead singer of Judas Priest. He's also involved in the creation of this game. He voices two characters in this game. And just seeing that they were even willing to participate in this crazy Tim Schafer Double Fine production just gave me a lot of respect for them. You know, I guess other than playing music, I don't know what else they got going on, but good on them to join in on this crazy venture. And there's one more big name that I feel like I'm not going to... You'll see him in just a second. If you can't tell from the laughter, you'll know as soon as he talks. I'll just let him... Who is it? Where's that laughter coming from? Oh, lava guy.
Well, it's
Ozzy.
about time. Not bad.
Yep, Ozzy Osbourne's in this game.
Okay.
Whole lot of cool
You've got
people
some
participated in the
demon
making
flesh
of
on
it.
your bumper,
Voice acted.
But
He is the
that's
guardian
the
of
way
metal.
the world is,
He
I'm
teaches
afraid.
you of the old ways of heavy metal and rock and roll.
Oh, I'm
Teaches you
nobody.
all sorts of new.
I'm
He
just
is
guardian
your
of metal.
basically the store owner in this game.
Wow,
So, you want to
Gives you new moves, unlocks new parts for your car,
I'm not a fighter,
gives you
I'm more
cosmetic
of a,
upgrades,
what should we say,
all
a
sorts of cool
seeker
stuff.
timeless
This is really his only
Prove
long
yourself
protracted
worthy.
speaking part, which kind
Maybe
of sucks. You
I'll
see him a
share
lot
some
because
with you.
he sells you stuff. You
For
need to
instance,
visit him
did
if
you
you
know
want
that
upgrades.
this world was once
But
ruled by an
unfortunately,
ancient race
outside of
of
just this one moment where he explains
No,
the
they
nature
were
of some of the
something.
world,
They
he
took
doesn't
every part of that old
have
fire
much other
beast.
than a couple of
They
one-off
took his
jokes
blood, his fire,
when you buy
his
particular
steel
items.
flesh. They even took his scream.
So I guess he has
and
a
made
significant
that
amount of
part
voice
there.
acting, but all of it
And
is
a
just
million
cued
other
on you
things,
buying things. So
including music. Fucking beautiful music, man. And when they
him
rose
reminiscing
to the
about
heavens
music's pretty
and
great.
became gods, they left instructions
And just his
behind.
outfit with all the tassels and the
cars, music,
weird
the whole
pseudo-satanic
Do you think
stuff that
anybody
he's got
noticed?
going on,
No.
and his
Bunch of
glasses.
wankers. No one figured out
I've never seen the parental
Until you,
parental
whoever
advisory
you
thing
are.
before. I never
So,
used to
you must
censor
be
it.
somewhat worthy of
That's
the
pretty
gods, I
great.
suppose. So listen.
I don't know if
you do
anyone
something that
flips anyone
pleases the
off
gods, they
for the
might
rest of this
reward you
game.
with a fire tribute.
So I
When
hope
paid
that
you
they
enough
made that
tributes,
little
come
parental
see
advisory
me.
thing for that
I'll
one
share
little
some more
moment.
secrets of metal
A lot of effort.
like,
Which
how
again,
to turn
if you
that
want to talk
little
about
bitch you
attention
got
to
over there
detail
into
and creating a
real
metal
one,
world,
among other things.
editing in a parental advisory sticker to censor out a middle finger, pretty darn heavy metal.
Yes, take care of your car.
Or I guess
Care
it might
to
be
know
more
these
metal.
are
You
a
just
lot
let him
bigger
flip
than
them
they
off.
look.
Oh
That
what?
looks like some
Raz,
guy I used to know.
Tim. I had no.
Oh, that-
It looks
how
like the
about
PC
some
version of this
Vikings?
game has additional stuff. I did not know
Blade
that.
comes in many
Sweet,
Well,
different
this
blade.
secret of- These strings come with a free. Oh, the ladies love this.
Ooh, a new guitar.
Very sexy.
All that. Wow. They include a lot of cosmetic stuff that I really like. Double fine low, sure, yes.
We can buff out the scratches while we're at it.
Psycho Master, yes. I might have to play this game again. I got a
Wait,
Razmobile
what do I
now.
have to do for a fire tribute?
And I think I'm just going to show you one last little
Figure it
thing,
out.
Right.
just to show off some of the attention to detail.
Covered in
But I hope you understand just how much time and effort and craft was put into making this world feel as appropriately heavy metal as possible. Nothing's overlooked, like these rock formations with the heavy metal, the devil horns. It just, this area, the second area, the jungle, has a lot of different environments. And look, you can even change the stone heads to be whatever you want. And that's awesome. Man, this game's cool. Also, the storm, dynamic. Hope you enjoyed this deep look. Till next time, everyone. Peace!